How y'all doing? So glad to have Nicole in the building today. We have Heartless Talk in the building, Urban Houston Network in the building. She's about to do her thing. Do what you do. I'm just here. I'm here serving. I just stay humble. She's gonna put me. I'm in the hot seat today with Nicole. We'll cut the music down because we know that on her live feed it sounds a little bit different. So go ahead.
He just threw me in, like, what? Didn't tell me nothing about what's going on for real. So you say go ahead, do your thing. So
you are the flow.
Okay.
You are what's going on. Yeah.
Okay, what's up, everybody? It's your girl, Nicole, and you are joining us. Oh.
Nicole. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's all about branding.
I guess let me start that over. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your girl, Nicole, and you are watching Heartless Talk. And I have a new guest on the show, Feldon Bonner II. Yeah, he has a book out, actually.
I get it.
Okay, so I want you guys to know we're going to make this really quick today because, as you do know, I haven't been as consistent as I should with telling you about my interviews and then having someone interview me, my show on Heartless Talk. So I'm going to make this kind of quick, but not quick enough, where Feldon is going to ask me some questions about the last show that we've seen, which was, I forgot the name of it, but it was all about me confessing that I made a fake Instagram page and I didn't send anything, but my ex-boyfriend found it and flirted with the chick. So now our relationship went downhill fast. But let's talk about your book real quick.
So in the context of what we're about to be discussing, Powerhouse Ministry Publications has published a book called Making Peace with Your Past, which is a 12-step guide to a peacefully productive life. The foreword is by the Honorable Ivan Sanchez. And so in that, we also discuss toxic relationships and how sometimes we can be toxic. Sometimes we project toxicity on other people when the fact is we just are a volume bubbling, just a volcano of toxicity ourselves, just the agent of deception ourselves. And we wonder why we have trust issues. We have trust issues sometimes because we can't be trusted. This is good stuff. It's where you finally start to examine yourself, your relationships. You see what I may have contributed to the situation, what the other person may have contributed. Sometimes we attract certain things in our lives, and things are attracted to us. And, toxicity is what it is, So when I saw, your transparency, first of all, it's not easy to admit what you did. Wait,
what I do?
Well, you're a very deceptive person. It's very deceptive, and that's not being negative. That's just being real. To feel that I'm gonna create a page to see if I can lure a person in, to see if a person will interact with this person, and that's just tell us there are like tiers of things going on inside of the person that does this, because, and when I say tiers, I mean TIERS, tiers, levels of complexity. Duplicity. There's just a lot of characters going on here. But what made you pick out the picture that you picked? Do you know some certain things about this person that you figured that this might be the type of person that would lure him? Did she kind of look like you? Was she?
I did pick someone that I felt looked like could be related to me, because I feel that I have a classy look and style, and she did too, but she was still opposite. She had long hair, she wore glasses, for real, and she was tall, skin. She was a model. I do model, I am a model, but I am a petite model, which is totally different than your high fashion tall model. So she was dang.
So when you say that's your take of her as a lady, you saw her and you're like, wow, she's sexy, she has sex appeal, she's got it going on.
Classy sex appeal.
No, it's nothing wrong with that. I'm not LBGQ, ABC. I'm not getting no alphabets.
Right, I'm just saying she had a classy sex appeal. Some people have a sex appeal where when you see her, all you say, oh my gosh, she has big boobs, these pretty lips, and her eyes look at you like she wants you. No, she didn't have that look. She had a innocent, pretty, motherly, young look. She looked younger.
My wife has that. She has this just incredibly business etiquette, sensual, sex appeal about herself. It's a very, very vogue, very reserved, yet, she's very. Amen. I'm glad I'm married to her. Look at God. Won't he do it? In spite of. Oh, no, congratulate. Where's the confetti at when you need it? Where's the confetti? Ow. I need to. Y'all can't hear that. I'm going to give y'all a. Go ahead.
So, with all that said and done, Feldon, you had a chance to look at the video and others?
Well, yeah, I mean, because you were processing a lot of your thoughts. So I saw multiple videos, and so
Wait, multiple videos in this one, because there were multiple video footage clips in this one.
Yeah, okay, I'm sorry.
But from before, this is the 6th, I think, episode. So did you see any ones from before? I didn't know you did.
Don't really remember.
Because I didn't know you followed me on Heartless Talk Instagram.
Well, Urban Houston Network does. Urban Houston Network follows you.
A business.
Yeah, it's a business account. So, business, we follow you as a business. And that's what we all need to be doing.
My entertaining.
Yeah.
Holla at me. Hey, that's why I'm here now. All right, so looking at that video, what did you think, and do you have any questions for me to clarify some things? Because I was laughing the whole time you were talking about your book, because that's exactly what I want people to get out of my videos. You can kind of look at it as it's a book. But it's all over the place, because I'm giving you different snippet pictures of the relationship and what was going through my head. And it's basically making peace with yourself.
With your past.
With your past. And I'm trying to make peace with my past, with that relationship, by talking about it, explaining it. I'm going through thoughts on what I truly felt, why I made the video, and I'm hoping other females can see themselves, understand, or help others, or do something positive with the energy.
What did it feel like to know, without a shadow of a doubt, that a person was pretending to be asleep while texting someone else, actually texting you, not knowing that they're texting you, but hey, I think I'm gonna go to sleep, and some of the show looking good. I understand.
By that time, I found it hilarious, and I was laughing. But at the very beginning, when I first seen a text come through my phone, and it was his, I was like, oh my gosh, my heart dropped, because he was like, hey, beautiful. I was like, who the is he talking to?
He's talking to your alter ego, the person that you created. You created this, and you don't want him to feel that this person is beautiful?
I didn't even connect with him yet. He went and found her. So that is what, I'm like, my heart dropped with that, because we had just got through talking about being faithful and not getting on social media, just randomly messaging girls. And he randomly found this chick that I wasn't even thinking of him yet. So yeah, that was hurtful. So after that, I realized what I was dealing with, and I chopped it up as this some bullshit right here.
I don't think it was bull whatever. I honestly believe that. Well, first of all, understanding the algorithms and how that works. Even though you created the account, because it's dealing with that device and stuff, I can't see where there would be a connectivity.
Of course, it connected to him. My phone number is in his phone.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
That does not mean you message.
No. But wait a minute. I'm not justifying it. I'm just trying to say that you made it seem like you're like he just really hungry and greedy out there, just like, I gotta go get me something. That's not what's going on, man. The algorithm pitches it. I know this because when people are in my phone, stuff pops up on my social media, and I'm like, oh wow, So because the algorithm was there, when you created the account, even with the face, then it would automatically put it just right there on whatever he's on. What? Okay, yeah.
You want me to press cancel?
Yeah, hit the cancel. Thank you.
So look, I hear you, and that is true.
I know.
Which is why I know it easily could have popped in his inbox. Unfortunately.
Wait, what did you say about his inbox?
It could have popped in, well, not his inbox, but on his screen.
Right.
These are people you may know.
Right.
But no matter how many people show up on yours and you actually tap in and be like, hey, and you message them right away. Because I only had 3 pictures up.
But that's not the point.
Hold on, that's
the
not
point.
The point.
No. That's not the point. The point is, and you can call this whatever you want. You know something about the person. You know something about the person because you knew that when you threw this pitch out there, it is possible that he's going to. This is the cheese he liked. This is the, oh yes.
Yes.
And so you put it out there.
No, stop. You have conversations with your guy, your lover, your soon-to-be, your guy, right? And you're saying you only message people who have interesting feeds on their Instagram that looks like someone good to be on a show? Or you
so
only
she was
people,
interesting. She was attractive. She was beautiful. And he's looking for people that could potentially be on one of his platforms, if I'm understanding it.
For what?
I don't know. I'm just going by what you're saying.
Okay.
You're saying if it's going to be all business. You said
let me finish.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, you're looking for people who have businesses, talents, something you want to advertise. Because why? Initially, we're trying to get people on the show who wants to pay money to be on the show, not be on the show and just look pretty. You don't know what talent she has. You don't know what she does. None of that was on her Instagram. She was just a pretty face, okay? Secondly, we having conversations about this, talking about
Thank you.
how we interact with people on Instagram or on Facebook. We don't just out boldly just message them. We find out who they are, what they do, and then we connect and say, hi, I see that you're doing this, that, and that. So I've looked at other messages from other people that he's messaged other people that were professional. And other ones when he first met me. Good morning, beautiful. That's what you do when you flirt with somebody. That's what he did when he met me.
But was it business when y'all first met?
Well, I met him through business. But hello, beautiful. He didn't meet her yet. He didn't meet her at all.
This is very interesting.
Hold on a second. Hold on.
Y'all have really good. This is a really good show. Heartless Talk. Y'all make sure y'all stay tuned. This is real stuff. Keep going.
We have to go to commercial.
No.
You keep interrupting me.
It's not an interruption.
Wait a second.
This is an invitation for more. Y'all need to be watching this. Go ahead.
Secondly, you made me forget my train of thought. But I know him. And yes, he goes on Instagram, on Facebook, and just looks through people's profiles all the time, all throughout the night. So and I know that there's a
Do
chance.
You guys do that? Do you guys scroll through and look at different profiles, whether you're in business or not? Do you, in your leisure time, in your spare time, in your restroom time, in your munching, you're doing your little luncheon, whatever, you're in your cubicle, do you sometimes start scrolling and say, oh, he fine. Oh, Lord.
But
oh,
do you
married.
message them? Hold on, let me step back a minute.
He might be down low. He might not be real. This might be a punk. But oh, he look good.
Yes, we do that. Now, hold on a second.
Okay.
His last relationship, when he met me, I even said it in a very first episode, was the first thing you do to win a lady's friendship or trust is admit what you've done wrong in your past relationships. And he admitted, yeah, my last relationship didn't go too well because I was inboxing girls how cute they were and I was just giving them compliments. I was like, yeah, who does that? You're in a relationship. Well, yeah, I didn't know that before, so I'm not doing it no more. Good. So that was when we first met. Now it's been 2 months or so, or 3 months, man. I don't know how long. He inboxes a girl. Hey, beautiful. No, the thing that got me though, I was okay with you may saying something nice like that, but the thing that got me was, what's up? What are you fishing for? Is what I said. And he said, I'm fishing for you. Are you single? Then he starts to lie and say, I'm not married. I was married 2 years ago. I have no kids. I'm not in a relationship. I'm like, what the? You're actually doing this right now, and you're actually supposed to be asleep right now. So yeah. But now, hey, I have more to show you. In the last episode. In the last episode.
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
I'm sure he learned something from you.
Oh no.
So listen, in the last episode, I have the text message, and I want everybody to read from the very beginning to the conversation that we have together and how he denies everything.
Denial is not a river in Egypt. Y'all will get that later on. All right, and go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead and ask me some more questions. Though I just found it very interesting that your book and the direction you're going in is exactly what my videos are all about.
Excellent. I'd love to have you on our show where we could really discuss more chapters in here, because you go through just a chapter by chapter examination of yourself and seeing, like, for instance, we talk about dysfunction. So the question is, and I'm going to ask it already, I know the answer. Do you feel that dysfunction abounds in your life? Dysfunction.
I think there's some dysfunction somewhere, yeah.
Yeah. And so once we understand that and come to that realization that we all have dysfunction in our lives, now the question is, will I allow my dysfunction to be my norm? Dysfunction sometimes can be norm. It's normal for me to message multiple females. It's normal for me to be evasive or in my relationships, or to pretend that things are one way. And in my mindset, it is good. I am working on my relationship with you, but I still have these thinking errors in my dysfunction that has me reaching out to other people. So it's a form of dysfunction.
I feel, well, an addictive personality. I felt in the relationship that I definitely told him I was going to forgive him for a lot of things I've caught him doing or saying, because I felt he was just addicted to internet dating. And internet dating, I'm not going to compete with that for real, but if you can admit it and say, hey, you do have a problem with this, and you're trying to watch it and work on it, then I will work with you. But if you're literally not trying to work on it and you're constantly doing the same thing over and over again and then denying it, there has to be a I gotta go type of situation. And he constantly did stuff on the internet, on dating sites and with people. But I'm like, okay, it's not hurtful that much, because at least you're not meeting up with these people. But eventually, I believe he has met up with people and he's lied about it. So therefore, I can't trust him no more. But that was conversation was talked about. It's not like I was just hurtful and mean and just said F you. I had good conversations, understanding where he came from, why he was the way he was, and can there be some help that be provided.
So what do you think was the goal, your goal, not his goal? Because in relationships, we have to have goals individually and corporately. So what do you think your goal was for the relationship between you and that person? What was your goal? What was your end
like
game?
Any other goal that I always have when I'm in a relationship. I want to find peace, love, happiness with someone besides myself. After
in your videos, you said that you had those things with him. We don't want to get into like the 80-20 principles where you mess off,
well, no, I'm
the
about
80
to tell you
because
what
of the
goals
20.
were and
Okay,
how
I'm
I
sorry.
start. So that's what I always
Peace,
look
happiness,
for
love. Okay, go.
in a relationship. And then from there, you grow and expand on what your talents are. You find and understand each other better. He may have great qualities, I may have great other qualities, and we combine them to build something that's powerful. And in our understanding of the relationship, it was to basically be a power couple, because that's what I will not settle for less on. I want to be in a power relationship, power couple. And make changes for children, adults, and anywhere around us. I want to be able to be living examples of things and have a legacy. So
were you pursuing that? Were y'all kind of like on the same page with that?
Definitely.
Yes. Okay. So that's what I heard in the interviews that you did, or in your dialogue, is that you were experiencing a lot of incredible things in your relationship with him, and that's not even. I don't want to get into everything, but it sounds like almost everything lined up.
Of course it will, if you know how to play your cards right.
That's not playing your cards right. It is
if you're a liar and that's nothing that you really wanted. So I might have wanted what I wanted, but he would only agree and say that's what he wanted from me. He may very well want that, but not from me. From the very beginning.
So it gets complicated. So what if the person?
This dude gonna act like what? Who?
No. Because we're talking about real stuff. We're not talking about this fictitious thing that we get sold as children. That this is how relationships are. Let's talk about the reality of our relationship.
Okay.
So the reality is, I'm a flawed person. Okay, you're dealing with a flawed person. Okay, now I began to tell you about my flaws. You accept me with my flaws, telling me that you need to change some of this stuff. I don't know how. That's what this book is about. I don't know how. all I've been is June bug or whatever. So I don't know how. I want to change for you. So I present all the other good stuff that I say we want to do together, but I still have these flaws. So how do we overcome the flaws without sabotaging the relationship? Or how do we come to a place of resolve and or peace in it, where there's certain things that because you can't just say, well, I can't accept it, because there's things about you that you can't change, or you haven't changed yet, that he may or may not have dealt with or overcome or whatever. And let's just be real, without getting into it too much, and it's not about your business, but there's a lot of times things happen that people never find out what really took place, or this, that, and the other, and we just kept it moving. All right. So that doesn't mean that it didn't happen or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But my stuff might be on blast right now. So, now we're in this perpetual, oh, you're a low down, this, that, and the other, and you this, that, and the other. But if we found out some of your stuff, now what? So we need to move on now. You need to forgive me, let's move on. My point is, a flawed person is a flawed person. And so love covers a multitude of flaws. I know it says sin in the Bible. Love covers a multitude of sin. But it covers the flaw. I know that because my wife is the agent of God's mercy, His grace, His forgiveness in my life. I know that God is real in part because of my wife's forgiveness, how she forgives me and my flaws. Just being stupid, retarded, how do I change this, habitual liar, etc. But love supersedes this. I love this man. There's too many things that I love about this man. The flaw, I can't. Immaturity says, girl, I ain't trying to hear that. Okay, so how's that working out for you? Because now you're lonely and you done threw out 95. Go ahead.
What you trying to say now?
I'm saying that you have to eventually mature. I'm not saying you have to accept everything, but you need to set what is our end goal. If you think Beyonce and Jay-Z have a perfect relationship, they don't. You talk about a power couple. If you think that they don't have flaws in their relationship, that's not realistic.
Okay, so
that's a power couple
first off,
too.
Ladies and gentlemen, bump all that stuff he's saying right now.
Don't bump anything. Good. That's real talk.
Okay, it is real talk, but at the same time, you have to recognize game. What are you doing?
That is game. That's recognizing that the person has flaws.
You're going to recognize what he says and want to probably take it to the fullest, which is true. No. You do have to recognize flaws, and you do have to understand that not everything can be changed or fixed the perfect way, and not every relationship is perfect. But you do not have to settle for what doesn't make you feel good. I just said that too. You do not have to settle for what makes you feel bad or that's toxic in your life. And if you know something isn't at least trying to wave over to the good side of what you guys are both working on, then something has to happen.
But the person spending a lot of time with you, the person, it's not saying that there aren't other people that he might be attracted to. No, we on some real stuff. But he sets out time with you. I don't know all the details with everything, but y'all spend time together. Y'all together. You know what I'm saying? Now, it's not saying his eyes might not be wandering. It's not saying that he doesn't have other toxic habits, because those are habits. We have negative and positive habits. So he has a habit of pornography. He has a habit of getting on the internet and surfing. He ain't really trying to do nothing. It's just it's something inside of him that's, hey, what's going on? Ooh, you fine. This, that, and the other. It ain't going nowhere. But that's what he's doing. You busted him doing it. Cool. All right. Now, what do I do as a strategist to say, okay, now I see how you are. I love you too much to mess this up. We got too much. So what do we as a couple need to do to sit down and figure out how we can overcome this? Because I'm not going to compromise. I'm not going to... What was the word you used? I'm not going to settle for this. But I see that there's a thinking error. There's something that you can't control. It's just like you can have sex 24/7 and he still masturbates. There's simple things that we don't want to discuss. Why you keep doing me like that? so y'all can't see this. It's another monitor here. But so I mean, if the sex is great, oral, everything, but you still, why are you still masturbating if I'm all this? If she's all this,
hold on a second, because you're giving way too many examples. The whole thing is,
I'm just saying he's a person.
When you have issues in a relationship and you see the problems, you address the problems, you talk about it, you ask yourself, can we fix them? Can we work on them? How can it be done? Right. Yes, those things were talked about and done. If you don't see it being fixed and you realize, okay, this dude is constantly lying and it's getting worse, and then you start seeing that things just aren't feeling or connecting as strong as you want it to, then you're done. Now here's the thing though. you have to be careful. And in the end of that video, I said you have to be careful because you can do a few different things in that relationship while you can like separate yourself from each other and realize you miss each other.
Oh, yes.
You can smother each other and just treat each other crappy.
No, yeah.
Or you can agree to, hey, we're going to work together and just not do anything sexual or have attraction, even though you know you have attraction, and then find yourself still being sexual.
Got it.
And just play games with each other and use each other. Either way it goes, all that shit ain't working.
She didn't mean to say SHIT, y'all. Love y'all. Go ahead.
All that stuff is, forgive me. All that stuff isn't working because you are creating a toxic relationship. That's what we ended up doing. We created a toxic relationship. True enough, it probably could have been better if I did things a little differently.
Look at God.
At the same time,
look at God. Okay, I'm sorry.
It could have been a lot better if I felt truly that he was honest. But at the very beginning, my red flags in the relationship said that he truly wasn't into you. He said a few different things, which we would talk about at the end of my whole 8 sessions on, was he really into you, Paris? Are we females that just want something good and we're not hearing the clues, the true? Dudes will tell you the truth. They will either not
females
say
will too.
all.
My mom used to say all the time, a woman will tell you exactly what she's saying. You got to learn how to listen. You got to listen.
And
she going to tell you. I ain't trying to hear that.
When we're liking a person, we're energized with it.
We have selective hearing.
Yeah, we only want to hear what we want to hear and do what we want to do and go with the good
But he
thing.
told you. Or she told you.
So many different ways.
He told you, she told you.
I know he told me.
I'm a freak.
I'm just here.
I'm a freak. I'm trying to make it work, but in the process.
And I was like, okay,
I'm not responsible.
But I'm gonna try to turn you into my like husband like person.
Right.
And he went along with it.
Yes.
Hey, and like I told you before, he was a great fantasy guy.
Yeah.
He just gave me and showed me what sound good, look good, and I was enjoying that. So, with all that said and done, did I answer your question?
Yes, because it's all about transparency. Can we agree that we don't have to always have the answer? Because life is not always about truly having an answer. For me, the answer is always, it comes back to God. I don't try to act like I'm something that I'm not, but God sustains me through relationships, through toxic situations, everything. And so it makes me draw closer to God. And hopefully, God is a healer. And I believe that this is the content that you're creating for your listeners, is a place of transparency where they can come to Heartless Talk and get the real stuff, get that heart opened up, and start really talking about the stuff that we can't talk, because you can't talk to everybody about your stuff.
Yeah.
And my wife, she doesn't have a lot of female friends. She has ministry friends, etc., like that, but so you can't really talk about what you're really going through. Personally, with other people, and then them be a good steward of what you've shared without trying to what you share.
And then judge you and say, because everyone is saying, I'm sure, what did she do? Or, she crazy. But I tell the truth on what craziness I've done.
And it's not even, we're agents like that, where we're always trying to judge and misjudge someone else. And you're getting free is all I hear, is you're getting free, because the person that can talk about whatever it is, they're getting free, while the other person is still deceived, being quiet or whatever. If they do talk about it, it's a pointing of the finger. I hear you owning up to your part, and hopefully, no matter what the end game is to that situation or any other situation, you will be a blessing to other people who are similarly situated.
Hope so.
I know so. Heartless Talk.
All right, this is Heartless Talk here with your girl Paris. Nico. Feldon Bonner. Do you have any last words to say? Any pointers or
y'all
any
keep tuning up to Paris Nicole. She's an up and rising serial entrepreneur. Expect to see her in a lot of different platforms in the upcoming year. 2023 recipient of the Entrepreneur of the Year award is Paris Nicole Williams. See, you got to speak life and death, man. Life and death is in the power of your tongue. You got to speak it. You got to have a vision for it. So y'all keep tuned. Also, the Urban Houston Network, and hopefully we'll see partnerships between Heartless Talk and other things that she has going on. God bless you. God keep you is our prayers.
All right, you guys have a good one. Thank you, Feldon, for being on my show.
Likewise.
These crazy questions and make me want to have to get off in your tail. I enjoyed it, but truth is, we are heartless and we tell you what it is. All right, y'all, it's your Paris Nico. Feldon Bonner II. Find him on Urban Houston Network TV.